The only thing stopping you from building the dream body that you've always wanted is your belief and certainty that you have with yourself that you can do it. Because if you can build 1 kilogram of lean muscle, then you can build 10. If you can lose 1 kilogram of fat, then you can lose 10. You are going to have to trust that you can do this. If you don't have trust, if you lose the belief that you have with yourself, if you think that this isn't possible for you, that it's just for those that have good genetics, that it's just for those that have the money or the time or the freedom, you have all of those things already and you still don't take action. It's not because you're missing something. You have it within you. Wake up earlier. Go to the gym, track your workouts, track your calories, do more than you're already doing, and you will know very quickly that what you're doing is working and you will see the result. A lot of you guys want to blame other things that are external from yourself and think that you can't just give it to yourself internally. You can't doubt that something is possible for you and still do it, right? You have to have a level of certainty. You have to know that if I take these actions, then this is going to be the result for me. You can't just do things continuously on days where you feel unmotivated, on days where you feel tired, on days where you feel hungover, and continue to do them, right? You're going to feel like, what's the point? What is the point of continuing to do all of these actions when you don't even feel like it works? You're not going to feel motivated. You're just going to take time off and you're probably never going to come back to it. Consistency in showing up is purely down to the fact that how long can you stay delusional until you see that it works? How long? How long can you stay delusional, believing that this is going to work and keep showing up until it works? Until all of the people that doubted that you could do it, now they see that you've done it. Now they see that you've pulled it off. That's the difference between the people that do it and get the result and the people that stop and quit on their dreams. The difference is the people who stick to it, they remember the things that they said to people and who they said it to. When they tell someone that they're going to get in shape, when they tell someone that they're going to get a gym membership, when they tell someone that they're going to do something, they always follow through and they do it. The people who quit, now these people are the most selfish people. They give in to their feelings. They give in to their desires, right? They give in to, how am I feeling right now? Do I like this workout? Do I like this food? You're being selfish in the way that you're acting. You're being a child. You need to grow up. You need to be a man. You know, it always starts out as this superficial thing. Going to the gym and getting a great physique. It always starts out as something small and superficial, right? You're just doing it for the girls, or you're doing it to make yourself feel more confident, or you're doing it for whatever superficial reason, right? But in the end, you realize that this thing started out as superficial. But then you start to realize that it's actually for your mind. It's for your mind and the man that you become because of it. That's the difference. And you're only going to realize this when you actually commit. You're only going to realize this 10 days straight of working out. That's when you're going to realize that, oh damn, this is really creating me into the man that I want to become. This isn't just this thing of me showing up just because I want to look good to impress other people. This is something that you want, right? And the only way that you're going to get it is if you commit. Nobody can do the work for you. Nobody. The thing that held my progress back the most was my lack of belief that I could actually do it, that I could pull it off. Everyone around me thought that, Brandon, you have the potential to do this. You can pull this off, right? But it was me that held me back. It was me. It was my internal belief, my internal self-talk that was like literally programming me to fail. Nothing that I could do, nothing that I could try and do to fix this was working. I tried to eat more. I tried to go to the gym more. I tried to speak to people that might be able to motivate me, right? Nothing would work. Nothing would work because my internal belief system, my internal talk with myself was like, dude, like you can't do this. No wonder I kept on failing. No wonder I stayed small. No wonder I stayed stuck. Because you will never achieve anything that you don't truly believe that you can, right? I was telling myself that I couldn't do things. And you know what? When you commit to something and you achieve it, that is when everything in your life starts to fix. Because now you start to build the kind of mindset that no one else around you will be able to compete with. Do you know how powerful it is to have that kind of mindset where you know deep to your core that whatever you commit to, you will achieve? How many of you guys know that feeling? It feels incredible to know whatever I commit to, I'm going to achieve it. Whatever I can envision in my mind and I can stick to, I will achieve it. Now, this is just the start of my journey, and I want you guys to witness it. When you see me posting, you see me showing up at 5 a.m. every single morning, waking up, putting in the work, being there with my clients, helping them, getting them through the bad habits, completely removing them, right? Adding in the good ones and seeing the change in my life, in their life, right? That's what I enjoy doing. The thing is, you guys will struggle until you can do the internal work and figure that shit out. You will struggle forever. It's something that you can't just avoid forever. You have to go internally and fix it. Because when you came into this world, you probably had dreams, right? You probably had things that you wanted, but you couldn't have. And for me, I had that. I wanted to feel good in my body, feel confident. When I would go to the beach, I wasn't present. I wasn't present because I didn't like my own presence. I was too skinny. I felt insecure. I felt like when a girl would look at me, she would just go straight and think like, who is this scrawny fucker? Who is this guy? Who does he think he is? This guy needs to eat more. I felt weak. I felt like I couldn't protect myself. What would happen when some girl that I'm dating is around me and all of a sudden a guy has a problem with me? Am I going to be the man that I can defend myself, defend my partner, or am I going to just fold right in front of her face, be disrespected? That's not what I want. I want to be the man that respects himself, to be able to stand up for himself, his partner, his family, lift others up. That's my purpose. My purpose is far greater than any pleasure-seeking activity that you guys want to participate in or that I participated in the past. It's way better. You guys want to optimize for what you feel, but what you don't realize is that when you optimize for what you feel in the moment, that just leads to regression. You are never going to feel good when you're doing something hard, right? But on the other side of the pain of doing something difficult, that's where you grow. That's why I say, whatever vices that you have in your life, if you don't remove it, then you're never going to experience the pain to a level where you can grow from it. The whole point of pain is to be able to experience it and grow. That is why we have pain. If we never had pain, we always felt comfortable. What would be the point in growing? What would be the point? There would be no point in growing because the pain is what forces us to move. If we didn't experience pain, we would stay where we are. We would make no progress. We have to go through pain. As men, we are the ones that are going to have to move the needle forward for our family. We are the ones that are going to have to set the standard. It's becoming harder and harder nowadays for people to get in shape, to earn more money, to enter the top 1%. It is becoming harder and harder. But you know what? That is what makes it so much more valuable than ever. It's so easy to fall into bad habits. How many bad habits are there? There's drinking, there's smoking, there's playing video games, there's eating junk food, there's sleeping around. How do you expect to level up if you're participating in any of these activities? You can't. You're distracted. Your focus is what's going to get you the result. Your focus, right? If you're focused on things that are just bringing you down, making you feel guilt, making you feel like you're not progressing, making you feel like you're not really getting anywhere, right? But you have goals, you have things that you want to achieve, and all you're doing is just allowing your brain to go towards things that don't even bring you satisfaction, truly. Whenever I'm scrolling on my phone and I've been at it for hours and hours and hours, by the end of it, if you ask me, what were you doing? Do you feel good about what you did? I'm going to tell you, fuck no. Fuck no. I'm embarrassed, right? compared to if I went out, had a walk, went and saw some friends, went and, I don't know, went on a run or did a workout, or I was meditating, right? At the end of that, if you ask me how I feel, right, I'm going to tell you it was incredible. I feel great. I feel like a great. That's the difference, man. You want to feel like a great. You don't want to feel average. You don't want to feel like, your life is meaningless without purpose. My grandfather, he's like 85 years old, okay? This guy, he's still doing shit. He's still building. He's actually a builder. He goes to church on Sundays, goes to church on Wednesdays. This guy has purpose, right? He's still doing all of the things that he enjoys. Because without purpose, your soul has no reason to live. Your soul is the one thing that is driving you. So if you don't have a purpose for your life, then what the fuck do you think is going to happen? I love this quote by David Goggins. So you just want to be average. You just want to be like everyone else, roaming around the world, not knowing the power that is within you. I remember that quote. Why do I remember it? Because I tell myself that every single time I see myself slack. Every single time I feel that I'm just letting my foot off the gas. The drive that I have now with the physique that I have now is better than guys that are 50 pounds overweight, that are completely out of shape, have a gut, they have heart issues, they don't know if they're gonna live. My drive is way better than those guys, even though they're in far more of a deficit than me when it comes to actually achieving the goal, right? A lot of you guys, when you leave university, what do you think, right? You think, oh, well, now I'm just gonna get a job and then I'm good, right? Your goal is so close to where you're at right now that you feel like you're good, right? I wanna do way more than that, okay? What does that do? That increases the distance to where I want to go, okay? When I do that, I'm going to go leaps and bounds to achieve that compared to a guy that just thinks that he has to only move 5 meters, yeah? You want to achieve something real. You want to do something proper. You want to have purpose in your life. You want to achieve something more. Raise your fucking standards. Raise what you think you can achieve and go after it. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for shit to change around you. You don't know the last time that an opportunity is going to pass you by. You don't know when that is, right? I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.